that they are responsible for that thing that you don't like. And I'm going to tell you right now, you shouldn't be certain because you don't know exactly what was going on within the project. You don't know the exact circumstances that resulted in that thing you didn't like, on who is responsible for something being exactly a particular way. These projects have hundreds of people on them. If you feel like you need to focus it down onto an actual human being, I mean, that's really sad. I'm sorry. That's very sad. And hopefully you can grow beyond that. So if you are mad about Anthem and we look at the credits, no shit, that's me. But yeah, if you feel like you need to yell at somebody for the way that Anthem is, it's much better to be yelling at someone like me who was theoretically in charge of the project, or at least in charge of the project for some of the development time.
They always try to control us, but it never works in the end.
Devil in a red dress, call 911, I'm a killer.
You know, fam, I kind of watched this video over a couple times, and I thought at the beginning, like, okay, he's got a bit of good points. You know, harassing developers and the many others that work in the video game industry is not a really good way to, how can I say, ventilate your frustrations with the gaming industry and the video game you bought from that studio. You know, it's not really healthy to do. You gotta figure out other ways to release that anger, you know what I mean? But as soon as I got further within that video, it started to take a different turn, and it's to the point that I thought to myself, you know what, this is kind of a good thing I could do, you know, a little bit of kind of a rant slash kind of response video, kind of I do to the, you know, the PlayStation fanboys. I was like, you know what, let's expand my repertoire of quality content to you guys, because you know what, you guys kind of admitted to me that you guys wanted, you know, a little bit of different kind of content. So you know what, I'm here to oblige you guys all. So you know what, fam, before we dive right into this content, please make sure to go grab yourself a nice little snack and a nice little drink, and we're just gonna go ahead and dive right into the content.
Did you read the title? Did it say something like your $70 doesn't buy you cruelty?
I mean, kind of obvious, dude, and that title right there, that's pretty top-notch clickbait right there. That's a real dinger.
The fact that you bought a game that you didn't like doesn't give you the right to be cruel or unkind to the people that developed that game.
Now, on the surface level, I agree with this. Sending end-game threats to developers and saying unsavory things to them instead of giving them criticism back is kind of fair, to be honest with you. But let's be honest here for a second. The gaming industry hasn't been very straightforward with us, and they've been very, very manipulative towards us. You know, loot boxes, microtransactions, cutting content away from the main game and repackaging them as DLC. And just the many other things that we found out later about what happened with projects and what happened with developers and stuff. It's just like, where do you think, you know, you draw the line to say enough is enough with you people? And I'm looking at companies like Bungie, Ubisoft, and EA, you know, some nice subtle foreshadowing for you guys right there. Yeah.
Now I'm going to be clear about something. I'm not saying that you have to like the thing you bought. I'm not saying even that you aren't allowed to complain about the thing you bought.
By the way you're acting, the way you titled this video, I'm really getting that vibe that's not going to be the case of how you feel. And that like to dislike ratio right there kind of gives me an indication that my hunch is correct.
You're entitled to express that opinion to the corporation, to the video game studio that created this game that you bought.
But when we do give you guys criticism towards the game, especially with like games like Concord over here, we literally tell you guys what's wrong with it, and we just get insulted that we have no idea what we're talking about. Or, hey, what about that one video game you guys worked on called Anthem, and we told you guys to keep the double loot, but you guys completely ignored us? Yeah, you remember that little project? Little hint for everybody, a little foreshadowing here. And then when you ignored those people and they found exploits in the game to get more loot within it, you started banning those same people instead of, like, I don't know, fucking listening to them and giving them more loot like they asked you for, like, a simple fucking thing. But yet again, I guess the players are wrong in this situation, aren't they?
You paid 70 of your own dollars for this game and it disappointed you, and you're angry about that. That is fine. You are entitled to be angry about it.
Oh, no, that was another guy. His name was Shit Sherlock. First name, no.
Yeah, so instead of that money going to benefit me, you fuckers took that out of my pocket, and now, get a load of this one, okay? It's in your guys' pocket. So instead of being in my pocket to where I could go spend it on bills, groceries, gas, anything else I would like besides spending my money on this product that turned out to be absolute dookie, you guys have it now. So excuse me for being a little bit more angry than you guys, you know, deciding to rip me off.
If you are mad at that Ubisoft game, be mad at Ubisoft. Express your anger to Ubisoft or to the studio that made the game. But you cross a line when you start being cruel about it.
And here we go.
You know, it truly amazes me in this video right here. It's always bad consumer, bad consumer, bad consumer. Even though we've lied to you multiple times, changed so many things from your original favorite series and just called you a bad person online, you know, you're just a bad consumer in this situation. You have no way, you have no right to retaliate the way you did. Bad consumer, bad consumer. When are you going to talk about how you guys did bad practices to us? You're not going to mention throughout the whole video? I'm starting to feel that way because it's just a bad consumer, how dare you do that? Bad consumer, not bad developers and bad executive producers that decided to, I don't know, betray the trust of the fucking audience members. Oh, and I'm willing to bet $70 right now. If our positions were switched right now, I'm pretty sure you would not be treating me nice if I hustled you out of some money right now. I'm pretty sure you have a very colorful language against me right now.
One, you shouldn't be cruel at all. What are you doing? It's a video game. You don't need to go out of your way to cause harm to other people because of a video game that you don't like.
Well, two can play at that game.
Are you going to play that to yourself? Like, honestly, it was pretty cruel to lie to us and deceive us to, you know, get money out of us to fund your guys' project. And mind you, you guys knew the whole time. You guys didn't bother to leak out things, like kind of give us a warning, like, hey, this game is not really good or anything. You know, you shouldn't really buy this. No, you didn't look out for us. So why the fuck should we look out for you?
But when you climb into someone's personal social media.
Do you even process what you say before you say it? Because you sound fucking stupid.
Well, I'm going to be frankly honest with you. Maybe if you weren't on the land of the twatters arguing with everybody and how they're wrong, how this game should be handled, maybe, just maybe we'd actually have a quality content game to buy from you guys. Just saying.
When you celebrate layoffs at a studio because the game that you don't like didn't do that well, you're crossing a line into being cruel. And fundamentally, you should have more grace for other human beings.
What a lame-ass little speech. That shit was just stupid.
I'm sorry, I'm supposed to feel bad for you guys that you were very cruel to me and very deceitful to, you know, gain my money, and you guys end up losing your jobs? Actually, you know what? Here's a better question. If I lost my job or Jim Bob down the street lost his job, are you going to be fair to him? Are you going to help him find a different job? No, you're just going to blow him off and pretend like nothing happened.
But if you're not buying that, let's go on to point 2. You don't know what caused the results that you don't like.
See, I've been part of the gaming industry and I've been gaming for a very long time. And I've been paying very, very close attention to the people that are actually in charge. Not the developers or the lead developers. No, the executive producers and the CEOs are the ones that are causing the major troubles in this industry. So trust me, I know exactly who's at fault here.
Let's go through an example. Let's say that you don't like the line delivery on a piece of dialogue.
I don't blame the writer. I don't blame the voice actor. I blame the person that's in charge, called the executive producer.
Maybe the recording equipment at the voice studio went down and the only take they managed to get was this first one that was done just to set the tone, and they were just kind of out of time and stuck with it.
Yeah, that sounds like somebody's job that should be keeping them on track instead of allowing them to dick around. You know, the executive producer, to make sure things are going smoothly. That's literally the title job for those people, to do that easy fucking job. Why is this such a difficult thing to fucking do as an executive producer? I swear.
Maybe the executive producer, all of these people reporting up into the executive producer, decided that this game should be different in tone and was pushing the game direction in a different way.
Red flag.
This project changed 6 times and the direction changed 6 times, and you're getting little bits of writing from each of these different directions, and there was never adequate time to step back and rewrite it.
Are you serious?
That's not our fault. That's something that we should not have to worry about as consumers. The only thing that we should worry about is how good the product is, in our opinion. That is management's fucking problem right there. And it sounds like management didn't give 2 fucks to correct this situation at all.
CEO of the entire company really wanted his nephew to be hired as a script consultant. And this guy with literally 0 experience was coming in and pushing for mandatory changes to the project.
I can't physically throw up in my mouth.
So let me get this straight. The executive producer that is in charge allowed this newbie to come in and absolutely wipe everybody's hard work. Yeah, I don't think the customers are the problem here. It's the executive producer.
On who is responsible for something being exactly a particular way. These projects have hundreds of people on them.
And that's problem number 2 right there. Over-hiring people. Instead of hiring people that are very qualified for the position, you just buy in quantity and just hoping that, it sticks to the fucking wall. This shit is so annoying to see a studio do it, especially like companies, or I should say studios like Bungie does it. It is just so fucking stupid to do.
Unless I am the person who is actually responsible for something being a certain way.
God, I can't wait to get to that one point. I am so tired of foreshadowing.
If you feel like you need to focus it down onto an actual human being, I mean, that's really sad. I'm sorry. That's very sad. And hopefully you can grow beyond that.
Yeah, you must have been at the top of your fucking class.
Let me tell you something. You know what's really sad in this situation? Allowing a nobody that has never worked in the industry before come up in your company, your little group, and running everything for you while you just sit back with your balls inside your purse doing absolutely nothing to fucking fix the situation that's going on, as everybody's running around the office losing their minds.
Did they have full control over what was going on in the project? No, because you could still have the CEO of the company forcing them to use his stupid nephew as a script consultant.
It's an absolute wonder to me that you all managed to live this long.
And that executive producer that allowed that newbie to come in and just absolutely wreck everything, if what you're saying is true, that is truly sad, and you should probably never be trusted in a manager position ever again.
So if you are mad about Anthem and we look at the credits, no shit, that's me. But yeah, if you feel like you need to yell at somebody for the way that Anthem is, it's much better to be yelling at someone like me, who was theoretically in charge of the project, or at least in charge of the project for some of the development time.
I've had a good chuckle over that one. I'm coming after you.
So you finally admit it. You finally came out in this video and finally said it. You're the fucker that is the executive producer that was a spineless jellyfish that allowed everybody in that that company just to run absolutely wild and do whatever they wanted. And it turned out to be like World War III up in that bitch, where everybody was fighting how everything should be handled. And you absolutely did nothing in your position to stop these people. You know, you're the type of people, there are reasons why there's a disconnect from the people that work on these games and the people that buy these games. There's a reason why there's discourse is because of people like you. And you know what the sad part of this all is? I had faith in you, Bioware, and making a new franchise like called Anthem. I spent $210. This is including tax when I bought Anthem. 3 base copies of Anthem to give to my friends so we could actually play this game. Mind you, it was fun at the beginning, but it absolutely turned to be dog shit. And I have to thank people like you for absolutely turning a potentially a great 10 out of 10 game to absolutely fucking flop because of people like you.
When I was an executive producer, I got paid pretty well. And to some degree, from my perspective, some of that compensation was to act as a lightning rod for this negative discourse.
And you failed.
You did an absolutely horrible job at that. I don't understand how you still had that position after a while. I don't understand how they even hired you because you are so fucking spineless, dude. You stood up for nobody in that situation. You didn't grab the fucking bulls by the horn and try to control the situation as much as you could. You just let everything go absolutely wild, if we're to believe the reports. Like, did you even seriously try to work with the guy's nephew, the CEO's nephew in that situation, and try to keep Anthem as original as much as you fucking could? Or did you just throw up your hands and let them do whatever they want? It's not my problem. I'm collecting a free paycheck. Because it sounds like you just collected a free paycheck as everybody went fucking wild in that office.
Because some of you, if you're still watching, will play a game and be angry about it and need to yell at a human being. And I think one of the executive producer's responsibilities is to protect his team.
And you failed. Not only on Anthem, but Dragon Age Veilguard 2. Yeah, spoiler alert, this guy worked on Dragon Age Veilguard 2, and he was the executive producer of it too. Yeah, you absolutely failed to protect your employees. Absolute fucking failure.
Then people are going to go and find someone else. Someone who isn't paid as well as you. Someone who doesn't necessarily have the tools to protect themselves from the toxicity that is leveled at them.
Yeah, here's the thing. You actually do have tools for that. It's actually called a block button. Use it, and closing your DMs from being open to private to, for people who only follow you, they can only DM you. So, bit of a spoiler alert, yeah, they do have the tools in order to do it. Some of them just refuse to because they just crave the harassment, and I don't understand why these developers just don't block these people and set their account to private. I don't understand why they don't do it.
If you feel like you're not being listened to when you complain on Metacritic or you complain on the forums of a studio, or you complain into the social media channels of the publisher or the studio, be aware that this stuff is carefully scrutinized, not just by the social media teams, also by the teams themselves.
See, this is what I'm talking about.
So you take our money, we give you guys feedback to improve the game even better, and then you just completely ignore us like we don't fucking exist? I wonder why it escalates to that fucking point. I wonder why we get so damn frustrated with you people that we just fucking lose our minds on you. Do you even understand that we paid you guys money that we physically worked for? Do you understand that? No, because you think you are entitled to our fucking money, and you people are a bunch of fucking losers that need to be removed from this industry.
Don't worry, you don't need to go onto their Twitter channel and yell at them directly, because they're going to hear it anyway. Be a human being, have some empathy, and stop being cruel.
Stop being cruel. Stop doing it. How about you stop being fucking thieves, okay? How about you stop being con artists and showing me one thing that exists, and then the next minute when I finally get it in my hands, it doesn't exist. How about we actually, you know, start doing that first, and then we'll talk about that after. Because let's be frankly honest here, people have wasted their hard-earned money just to come and find out that the product that they wasted their money on came to be not exactly what it is. And let's just say that's kind of fucking illegal, buddy.
Stop throwing a party because a bunch of people lost their jobs.
You know, I would agree, but only to a certain fact that you showed me no humanity or, you know, apologize for the terrible state that the game was in or anything like that. So why should I care? Why should I not throw a fiesta at the fact that you ripped me off and was deceitful to me? Why shouldn't I?
Because you don't know the circumstances that resulted in the thing that you're mad at.
While that might be true, but you're responsible for all your co-workers and what they're supposed to do. You did absolutely nothing to stop this fucking avalanche from happening. You let it snowball out of absolute control. So sorry if I don't feel so bad.
People deserve some empathy from you, and if you can't provide that, then stay off the internet completely.
Same thing should be said about you guys. If you can't handle the criticism or a little fucking angry people, then you need to stay off the internet. Quit looking for trouble, and trouble won't find you. It's like, seriously, don't go looking for it. Just go and live your life. Stay the fuck off of Twitter. Stay the fuck off of Facebook. Just go do your own thing. Just quit looking for it.
You paid good money for it. But try to remember that it's just a game.
Oh, if that's the attitude then you could go get a different job then. You guys took money from us. You guys, and I mean you guys asked for feedback and completely ignore us. So when we go tell you guys go fly a kite, then don't be upset.
When you are expressing your complaints, stay away from cruelty. Stay away from targeting individual people. Stay away from trying to cause harm. Stay away from celebrating harm done to actual human beings.
Didn't you just admit earlier in this video that you guys purposely ignore our criticism on your guys' game and the feedback that you honest to God want from us? Do you understand the words that are coming out of your own freaking mouth right now? Do you understand that the problems that you guys create without talking to your own community? Do you understand at all? No, you just think you're entitled to our money.
Express your opinion to the company that made your game. Tell them what you like. Tell them what you don't like. Be specific. It will help you get games that are more like what you want.
You serious?
I have a better chance of winning the lottery versus EA ever listening to me, especially when I complain to them about their monetization. Yeah, no, that's not fucking happening at all. Do you understand the company that you work for? Probably not. Probably not at all. You know what? This developer or executive producer, I should say, is not worth any more of our time. That's pretty much all the content I got you guys on this executive producer over here. These people that, you know, they have these type of jobs just surprise me that they just do it so poorly. It's truly sad. But you know what, guys? Thank you very much for watching this video. I truly do appreciate it. And if you made it this far in this video and you actually enjoyed the video along with my edits and everything like that, please leave a like and comment in the comment section. Always a pleasure to talk to you guys. And hey, you know what? You want more of my content ranging from my salt videos, my rants videos, my reviews, and well, the many other things I do on this channel. I'm expanding basically. But if you enjoy the content, subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to make it to 10K by the end of this year. So besides all that sellout stuff, thank you very much for watching. I truly do appreciate it. And I hope to see you guys in the next video, next live stream. Not too sure, but I'll see you guys in the next one. Later, fam.